Howdy and hello, and welcome back to Mike's Game Domain. Today we're going to be taking a look at... That's pretty loud. We're going to be taking a look at Magic Duels again. This is a game I've been playing for quite some time. I really enjoy it. And I'm just going to kind of show you around in case you haven't had a chance to play it. So what I love about Duels is A, it's Magic, which is already a great game. B, it's free, absolutely free to play this game, which is really something because it's got so much content and replayability in my mind. You can make so many different decks, and so as long as you enjoy the game of Magic, there's so much value there. And then finally, of all the Magic games that are available, other than the cards, this one is by far the most polished and I think fun. So let's just take a look at it. We're going to be doing some stories, but the reason I'm bringing this game back up is it just got Shadows over Innistrad, which is the newest set in the actual Magic game, and Oath of the Gatewatch cards, which was the previous set. So much has changed in this game, and so much new content is available. So we'll go back and take a look at quests here. So our current quest, Descent to Madness, casts 10 spells by paying an alternate cost. There's spells that have madness costs, which is when you discard them, you can pay the alternate cost. Anyway, so what am I doing here? Battle mode. We're probably just going to play some solos and then we'll do some versus stuff. Over the time that I've played, I've made a lot of decks, and I've deleted them all, and then I've made them again, and then made new decks. So we'll take a look at some of the decks I've made. Some of them are sort of archetypes that other people play, and then I'd like to get creative, so some of them are just weird, weird synergies that are maybe inconsistent, but really fun, that kind of stuff. I don't have every card that's out there at this point. I have a lot of them. Let's take a look at my collection. But yeah, so yeah, cool stuff. So I have all of the original 2 sets, Magic Origins and Battle for Zendikar. Got 100% of those. I thought it told me that my percentages, but anyway, let's take a look at the new storyline. So we're going to play Oath of the Gatewatch and Innistrad. Retake the World, yeah. So we're going to do these real quick, knock them out. I've already beat both storylines, but I thought they were fun, so we'll do them again. Zendikar struggles under the siege of by the Eldrazi. If you don't already know, Eldrazi are like big, freakish monsters from, I don't know, outer space, and they come and destroy the world. 3 planeswalkers, Gideon, Jace, and Nissa, are joining forces to defend the plane and its people. Through Gideon's leadership, Jace's knowledge of Hedrons, and Nissa's powerful elemental magic, the 3 challenge the Eldrazi Titan Ulamog in the city of Seagate. So yeah, there's a lot of lore and story in Magic, and that's one of the reasons that people love it. It's very like fantasy oriented. Dragons, and yeah, that's an Eldrazi. So big, kind of like wormy creature. You can see the scale. That's a person down there, and that's the giant thing. This one is Kozilek, which is one of the Titans. Alright. Excuse me. The Planeswalker, Gideon, Jace, and Nissa have trapped the Eldrazi Titan Ulamog using the Field of Hedrons. Hedrons are like diamond-shaped rocks things. But the trap breaks open unexpectedly, and a second Titan, Kozilek, bursts forth from beneath the earth. As the Eldrazi Titans and their spawn pour into the city of Seagate, Nissa and her comrades rush to its defense. So yes, Kozilek's return. Eldrazi Brood is our opponent, and we are going to be Nissa. Alright, so let's take at our opener. You always start with 7 cards if you don't already know. We have 2 cards that cost 3 mana. The casting cost is up here. 7-drop and a 2-drop ramp spell that gets us more mana. 7-drop is a very good stabilizer. You gain 7 life when it enters the battlefield, and it's a 7/7. So that's a good card to have. Not necessarily right now. We're not doing anything until turn 2. It's keepable, honestly. It's not the best, but whenever you're looking at an opening hand, you kind of want to have something to do on each turn. So like a card that costs 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, that sort of thing. That would be, well, here you go. This actually doesn't do anything without a creature, but nice to have a cheap spell. You start by playing a land each turn, and so as the turns progress, I know that most anyone who watches this probably has played Magic, but as the turns progress, you can cast more and more expensive spells. Alright, so Salvage Drone is just a little 1/1 creature, but, excuse me, it has an ability called Ingest, which means when it hits me, it exiles the top card of my library. They also play Processors, the Eldrazi, which can interact with those exiled cards. Ooh, Mana Gorger, that's a powerful one. Okay, so let's go ahead and Rampant Growth. It's a sorcery, so we have to do it on our turn. What does it do? It just grabs a forest, sticks it on the battlefield. So now we've gone from 2 lands to 3 lands in 1 turn, so we're ahead on mana. So in theory, we should be able to cast bigger, badder things than our opponent. Although since they played first, we basically have tied, essentially. It's as if we played first now. Alright, so we're going to get Ingested, which kind of sucks. You want to try to avoid Ingest as much as you can, because there's always cards that, there's always cards that pay off that Ingestion, which are to be avoided. Alright, so, that was dumb. Alright, so I could have played the Glade Heart and then triggered Landfall, but I missed it. Whenever it casts a spell. Well, in that case, I should have done the Antelope here and gain 2 life. Since I didn't do that, I actually want to do the Hydra. Because when either of us play a spell, it gets more powerful. So, okay, let's try this. I actually haven't played with this card. Whenever a player casts a spell. Alright, so what I'm going to do is Prey Upon here. It seems like such a waste. But I just want to see how it works. So whenever we cast a spell, this should get a 1/1 counter, become a 2/2. Prey Upon says target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So they just deal damage to each other. So this one and that one, I cast a spell, it becomes a 2/2. Perfect. So it's going to murderize that one. There you go. You can see it did take 2 damage there. Oop, what do we got? Oh, right. Whenever Salvage Drone dies, you draw a card and discard a card. Alright, so cool. Now we have a 2/2 on board. And whenever he casts anything, it becomes a 3/3. Then on our turn, it'll become a 4/4. So this thing is going to become a big threat quickly. I believe the only removal this deck is playing is the Titan one. Titan's Presence. So if we can get this guy big enough, we don't have to worry about removal. Again, definitely should have waited to put the land down. Hold on. So sneezy. Sorry. Definitely should have waited to put the land down. We could have gained 2 life. So we're already missing 4 life that we should have had. So my bad. I'm just excited about this Mana Gorger. I haven't played with it. It's really powerful. 3 mana? I mean, it does start as a 1/1, which is vulnerable, but it's going to get out of hand so fast. Yeah, that's about all we can do. If we attack, now this tramples, which means it just kills stuff and then keeps going. If we attack, they can deal 3 damage back to it, so the 2 and the 1. It can deal 4 damage, so 3 and 1. Yeah, so we can basically kill their guys, and they can't kill me back. So this is definitely a favorable attack. He probably won't block anyway. We'll just eat the 4. It means we're leaving ourselves up to accept damage, but you win by bringing their health to 0, so if you don't do that... Oh, crap. Alright, well, this deals 5 damage, and they processed our worm, so it went from exile to the graveyard. Alright, I think after this game I will explain the basics, because I know if you know how to play it's going to be a little annoying. We'll just play the game and talk about it. But I guess if you have questions about the game of Magic, you can play Duels for free and it teaches you, or send me a comment and I'll explain how it works. Now, I'm not a professional, but I do enjoy the game. Sorry for the snort. Alright, so now we can gain 4 life whenever we play a land. They can double block me, but it's not really a great trade. I'd rather gain the life. So we're set up to survive for a while. We're not set up to win, but if we can get a couple more lands, we have some really big creatures here. 5/5, 6/6, and 7/7. Yep. I think I'm just going to eat the damages for these little drones and small guys. And then, we're just getting into mid-range creatures, so a 3/4 with trample, that's going to be a problem. Oh, that's going to be a very good solution. So Nissa's Judgment, we put a counter on each of our creatures, and then they beat up one of their creatures with their power. So we're going to deal 6 damage here, and now we have 3/3s to help stop this retardedness. Do I want to deal 6 damage? Or, yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason not to attack here. I don't think they'll drowsy interact with tapped creatures. White spells can, we'll say, like, destroy tap creature or whatever, so you have to be conscious of that before you attack. Blue and red, it's mostly going to be just burn spells, where they deal a certain amount of damage. Alright, so this is a big guy. He sacrifices another creature, deals damage to its power, to either a creature or player. Well, the good news is the power of these is relatively low. It can't sacrifice itself. Another colorless creature. Okay. Yep, gonna get ingested here. Probably a forest, which is what I need. Desperately. Okay, good. Rampant growth. Well, that would have worked too. Come on, forest. Alright. Embodiment of insight. I'll take a spell that I can play. Vigilance. Land creatures I control have vigilance, and landfall stuff and things happen. We don't have any lands, so we'll get them. Any deck that's playing Nissa has lands, for sure. Green is all about ramping and playing lands and then getting value off of it, like these landfall triggers. Alright, so what could he do here? He can start throwing these little guys at my face, dealing damage. He can throw a 1/1 at me? That's different. Oh, okay, and then Touch of the Void. Yep. Alright, so Touch of the Void deals 3 damage. It's a burn spell, and it was just enough to kill me. Kill my embodiment after the... Yes! Thank you. Cool. So we get landfall on both of these guys. Yes, of course I want to gain 2 life. Nah, I think I'll pass. We're definitely... Alright, we'll get the Oran Reef Hydra out. That is another one of those unstoppable just monsters. Also, the picture is really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-headed Hydra. Trample, so it continues to beat after it's blocked anyway. And then when it enters the battlefield, it gets 1/1 counter on it. Or if it's a forest, which we only have forests in this deck, it'll get 2 1/1 counters. So next time I lay a land, it'll be a 7/7, then a 9/9, then a million. And it will just beat face. Yeah, unfortunately right now it does not block well. It's gonna, this 5 power is gonna kill it. But the next time I lay a land, it will then be able to just eat anything with its 5 beautiful heads. Alright, so Vile Aggregate's a really powerful card. It has a power, which is the first number, equal to the number of colorless creatures? Or colorless things? Colorless creatures. So it's a 4/5 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And these little scions are basically free creatures, so as they start to make more and more of these, that Vile Aggregate just gets pretty bonkers. Alright, do I want to trade my Hydra for one of their good creatures and then just play another Hydra? I think so. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I just woke up, so I'm not sick, I just have that morningness going on. Alright, so since I don't have a land to make this guy bigger anyway, yeah. Vile Aggregate. Yeah, Vile Aggregate can go for sure. Alright, fair enough, I'll take that trade. It's not a great one. Vile Aggregate costs 3 mana. This costs 6, so technically I kind of lost on, I guess, power, but Vile Aggregate is such a good card. Yeah, and we got another one anyway, so. You really don't need multiple Hydras. I mean, if... Oh, God, really? Well, that's one reason to keep your Hydras around. You just need landfalls. Oh, boo. Boo! If we had 2 Hydras and... Yeah, okay, fine. Fine. I guess I'm getting impatient. Yeah, that was definitely a misplay. I mean, they're not doing anything to me, and I have 18 health, so there's just no reason to put my Hydras at risk. But I also don't care. I mean, I have these two cards. We're going to win. There's no way we're going to lose. Actually, the storyline, the first two storylines were really hard to beat. It was not that they were hard, but the decks that they gave you to play were really low powered. So you had to have the right sequence, and you had to really make no mistakes. Like, no bad blocks, no bad attacks, and then you could maybe win. It was pretty rough, actually. That's a good one. Alright, so 3, can I play that plus something else? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! Boo. Alright, let's just get Plaka Worm out there. So, Plaka Worm is out of range of these stupid Processor Assaults, which are definitely their premium removals. Since it has 7, Processor Assault deals 5, so that's the good news. We can survive. We gained a jillion. You start at 20, so I'm at 37. Yeah, we are 100,000% winning this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The worst thing they can summon is a Breaker of Armies, which is bad, but we could kill it. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, so I can do... what can I do? I can do the Mana Gorger, and then Sylvan Advocate to make it a little bigger. Sylvan Advocate's going to get the... Uh-oh. Alright, Reality Hemorrhage, fine. Excuse me. As long as you control 6 or more lands, it gets +2, plus... Oh, it's only, I thought it was like +8, +8. Alright, so it's a 4/5. I mean, 4/5s are good for 3 mana, for sure. Either way, we have a bazillion health. And next turn, we're going to support 6, which means we get to put a 1/1 counter on every one of these creatures. I think I'll hold off one more turn. If I attack with Plaka Worm this turn, they can block it and kill it. And I've already been punished for being impatient with my 2 dead Hydras. So, yeah, I think we're just going to play it safe. So, I don't have any landfall benefit except for gaining life, which is great. I mean, I'm gaining 4 life, but no reason not to play the land. We're going to support on 4 creatures here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You wish. That's kind of weird that it lets you support 6 other target creatures. Interesting. Reality Hemorrhage. Alright, cool. Wait, Reality Hemorrhage does 2 damage. So that did absolutely nothing. Yeah, the computers are not perfect with this kind of stuff. Alright, let's just send in the worm. They can kill it, and then they're just absolutely dead. You know what? What if we do this? 5, 9, 17 damage. They can block. Let's see, trample. Oh, not trample. Okay. Yeah, they'll kill both my Glade Hearts. They can block him. We can't kill him. They block him. F it, I don't care. We got a 6/6 behind this, so we're doing just fine. This might actually win the game. I'm not even sure. Alright, so they're going to throw a creature at my face. They're going to die, and they're going to go to 2. Yeah, they're definitely dead. Cool. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter dies... Oh, I forgot about that part of it. Yeah, so... This is pretty powerful. Yeah, so anyway, in the first 2... in the first 2 storylines, your power levels were pretty low on your decks, I have to say. And it was kind of challenging. On this one and on Shadows, the decks you get are just so powerful. I had no problem playing through and beating him on the first try, which was surprising. Alright, so that's Nissa. Let's read There's Always Some Follow-Up Story. The Planeswalkers fended off the initial wave, but the assault... Oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay. But the assault is relentless. Hundreds of Eldrazi descend as the Titan Kozilek smashes through Seagate walls. Planeswalkers have no choice but to retreat as the city crumbles, and the and the tide of Eldrazi envelops the former Zendikari stronghold. So, yeah, Seagate was where the Eldrazi sort of turned the tide because of Kozilek, which is pretty cool. All right, so that was the first mission of the Oath of Gatewatch story. We're going to play through these 5, and then there's 5 missions in the next set. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to knock these out pretty quickly, and I will see you in the next episode. Yeah, bye-bye.